There, it's Michelle. And, just this week, I've been dealing with some sick kiddos at my house. So, my two daughters have had a cold. And then just this morning, my son had a stomach ache. And I busted out my essential oils and my herbs, and we made some herbal teas. And my daughters took some tinctures in order to help them get their immune system built back up. And before you know it, they were feeling so much better. My son with his stomach ache this morning. I applied some digestive essential oils to his belly, and within 5 minutes, I'm not kidding you, he was feeling all better. And I've seen that happen so many times. I'm telling you, that digestion blend of essential oils is a miracle worker, and I've relied on it for years with my kids. And I was just thinking how so truly grateful I am to have these tools, herbs, essential oils that I can use with my family to help them feel better. And I can feel good about it as a parent, as, even work using these for myself, that they're safe, they're effective, and they really support the body in a way that it allows the body to come back into balance, to allow that healing to happen. And it's why I'm really passionate about the work that I do, helping women with their health and using herbs and essential oils. And I work a lot with women with to support mood, right? I might have clients coming to me with anxiety or depression, just noticing the sense of overwhelm. It's often showing up as fatigue, chronic health issues that they just feel stuck and can't move past. And I am telling you that there are so many safe, natural solutions we have with herbs, essential oils to support our mood, mental health, and our overall health. And I want to share a little bit about that with you because I think that the concept of herbal medicine, it's becoming more popular today than it was at one point. Herbs used to be really the medicine that was used, that even physicians used to help support clients. And then modern pharmaceuticals came along, right? And herbs kind of fell out of favor as the treatment of choice for many people because I think that pharmaceuticals, they worked a little bit more of a strongly, if you will, right? And so the problem with that is that pharmaceuticals often have side effects, right? They have some pretty serious side effects in some cases, and they are not able to do two things that herbal medicine can do. And this is really where the beauty of using herbs to support our health comes into play. And those two things are, number one, herbs have a nutritive quality to us. They can actually help to rebuild and to revitalize the body and the tissues because of that nutritive quality of herbs. And medicines can't do this. Modern pharmaceuticals, in fact, we know that pharmaceuticals actually deplete a lot of minerals and vitamins from the body. It's well known that statins, for instance, that many people take for cholesterol, deplete CoQ10. And that's why one of the side effects of statins is muscle pains, right? That myalgia because of this loss of CoQ10, which is definitely going to impact our mitochondrial function, our energy, and lead to some of these unwanted side effects. But many people don't realize that antidepressants also deplete CoQ10, and something like a lot of anxiety medications, for instance, can deplete melatonin, which is our sleep hormone. So if you're having trouble sleeping because of anxiety, and then you're also depleting melatonin levels, right? That can be a big problem. And so whenever I'm working with a client and they're taking medications, I actually pull out this book that I have called Drug Muggers. And it actually lists out all the different drug classifications and what nutrients are depleted by these medications because I want to know, where might my clients be experiencing some trouble with their health because they're actually being depleted of really important nutrients that impact, again, energy, mitochondrial function. And so that's important to know if you are taking any medications, what nutrients are being depleted. Okay. And herbs don't do that. Herbs actually are nutritive. They can rebuild, they can give us nutrients. The other thing that herbs can do that drugs can't is they can actually help out the body to detoxify, right? To release toxins from the system. And again, medications can't do that. In fact, many medications, if not most, have toxic side effects that are unwanted. And again, that's part of why we see the side effects from medications. So, if you're taking medications, it's just important to know that these are the drawbacks and what you need to support if you're continuing to take a medication. And I like to say at this point, I recognize that sometimes medications, pharmaceuticals are helpful or needed, but I also know, again, working with a lot of men and women around mental health and mood, that they find that these medications often are not the golden ticket to a better mood that they were hoping, that they find these things tend to numb the body from really truly connecting in with what we're feeling, to really shift their mood. A lot of times they just don't even work the way that a lot of clients were hoping. And so, again, if you're taking a medication, just some things to be aware of and to recognize and to notice. But as I'm working with clients, whether their goal is to come off of a medication and work with their course, their prescribing physician to do that, or just to support their body while they're taking a medication, I want to know what they're taking so that we can support any nutrient depletions and we can work on building up their ability to detox well, because these two things that I mentioned, this ability to bring in nutrients and rejuvenate the body nutritionally, and then the other side of that coin being detoxing, right? Moving out the toxins, the metabolic waste that are accumulating in the body. These two pieces are really at the root of every chronic health issue that we can think of. We're either depleted in some type of nutrients, or we're not detoxifying and getting those wastes out of the body very well. And so we want to support these two pieces of our health, and herbs and essential oils and uh, flower essences, these all have the ability to help with that. And so let's talk about how to use herbs to support your mood and mental health, because there are so many ways we can do that. And I have a video you can go back and find in YouTube talking about the energetics of herbs, and that can be really helpful to understand and to use. But what is really helpful is to just understand that what herbs are going to be most most valuable for what I'm experiencing in my body with my mood. And herbs can actually have very specific affinities, right? We talked a little bit about affinities in that video, and that might look like nervines, right? Nervines we can use. These are herbs that really support the repair of the nervous system, right? They can be rejuvenative to the nervous system. But herbs then also have specific actions. So, for instance, if I'm working with someone to support their mood and bring in some support for mental health, they might be having different types of patterns. Someone might recognize that they have more issues with anger and tend to fly off the handle. And for that person, skullcap can be a really lovely herb in supporting kind of that fly off the handle anger. Whereas another client might be recognizing that they're struggling with anxiety from circular thoughts, right? These thoughts that just kind of keep them awake at night. They can't seem to turn off their mind. And for that client, something like passion flower then might be a really great herb to add to their herbal formula so that they can really shift out of that pattern of circular thought. So even though we have a whole class of nervines in the world of herbal medicine, we can get really specific with certain herbs that can help to support our mood and our mental health. and shift our thinking even in different ways. So, I also think about mimosa, right? A really lovely herb to help with moving past stuck trauma. And this one can be really valuable in that way when we use it appropriately. And so, there are different ways we can use even some of our herbs in the same classification or that have certain actions to support our mood. So, I just want to invite you to start exploring more of this world of using herbs to support your mood and energy and learning about which herbs are going to be best for your mood, your specific patterns, energetic patterns that you're noticing, because there are herbs that we can then match to your energetic patterns to really bring in that place of balance, of harmony. And we're doing it without really just kind of numbing out, right? Without just sort of bringing something in that is going to help us further disconnect, right? We want to be able to connect with what we're feeling and what's happening in our body, bring in that place of feeling safe in our body by working with our nervous system biology, working with the body. And herbs have a really exciting, amazing way of doing that and helping us with that. So, the other thing I love about using herbs is that it's really a chance to connect more fully with nature, with this healing power of nature. And I'm sure you have been made aware and know that connecting with nature, right? Just getting outside, getting some sun, getting maybe out where there's some trees and nature and flowers can be really healing, right, to the body. But I want to recognize we can't always just get outside and sit in a flower garden all day long, as much as I would love for that to be the reality for us. But we can take herbs throughout our day, and we're taking doses of this plant that helps us to repattern our mind and body in a way that we're able to get again connect more fully with our true self and move through these patterns that have been keeping us stuck, whether that's in a pattern of anxiety or low energy, low mood. And so I invite you again, just to start exploring some of these herbs I've talked about today and using them in herbal formulas in a way that you can support your mood, your energy, your mental health, connect more fully to nature, to your true self, and really begin that healing journey where you're nurturing and bringing in nutrition to the body and opening up those detox pathways. And that is truly, really the healing process right there, those two things. So I hope you'll explore some of these herbs this week, bring in some nice herbal teas, herbal tinctures, essential oils to support your healing journey. And let me know how that goes. I'd love to hear more about what you're interested in learning in terms of using herbs to support your mood and energy. I'll see you next time.